When I was a kid, I used to love going to summer camp every year. Even if I wouldn't go with my school friends, I was still happy to make new ones. I've never been shy or socially awkward. I've always been popular, never cocky or rude, though, like you may think. I tried my best to be nice to everybody. I always have. One summer, probably my second time at summer camp, when I was 8, I was put in a cabin with kids that were super shy and reserved, who never spoke and just kept to themselves. The boy who I shared a bunk with was about my age, so I tried to make conversation with him over the first week. I eventually found out his name was Norman. He seemed almost hesitant to talk to me over that week, but after he started speaking to me, I realized he was a great kid, and funny too. He would never shut up when he was talking to me, and we did everything together. He was loud and crazy. Then he just stopped. Out of nowhere, he just stopped talking, like he wouldn't speak to me or anyone else for that matter. I asked him, "Hey buddy, what's the matter?" And he would just shake his head and walk away. I was disappointed that I had lost my friend, but I thought that it's best not to dwell on it and just try and make new friends. If he doesn't want to talk, who am I to force him? I got along pretty much fine without Norman, and things seemed to be going okay. One night, I woke up in the middle of the night, like around 4 in the morning. Unable to get myself back to sleep, I got up to grab some candy I had hidden in my bag. It was dark and couldn't see anything properly. I thought they must have slipped to the bottom of the bag and there was no point searching, so I gave up. I turned around to see a figure sitting upright in Norman's bed. Startled, I jumped back in fear and took out my flashlight. I don't think I will ever forget the look on his face. His eyes were bloodshot, and he was hyperventilating. I climbed up onto his bed and asked him if he was all right. "I saw something. I see it every night. It won't leave me alone. It's going to kill me, Harry." My little sister would wake up crying most nights, but they were nightmares, so I hugged him and told him it was probably a dream and he'd be fine. This became a routine where he would wake up every night saying a person was in the cabin staring at him with a knife, and that they would get closer every night. He would usually wake us all with his hysterical crying, and nobody in that cabin got a good night's rest. When camp was finally over, Norman left to go home, and nobody ever saw him back there again. I forgot about this story because it seemed stupid, and it was just about a troubled kid with nightmares. I wish I knew what was happening sooner. My husband is a huge fan of crime-related stuff. He watches a certain documentary which discusses a murderer from each time period, and the episode he was watching was about a 1980s killer. I was bored, so I sat down to watch it with him. When I saw a picture of a little boy, he was ginger and smiley. I'd recognize that face anywhere. It was Norman. The narrator went on to discuss how he first encountered this murderer at his summer camp, and it would come to him every night. A month after he left, he was found dead in his bedroom, stabbed. One of the camp leaders was sent to jail about 13 years later for stalking and murder.